Hello, everyone. Hello. Welcome to 21 South Street. It's really nice to see so many people here to help us to celebrate 40 years of real-time video, 40 years of participatory video practice, and 40 years of participatory work in a variety of situations and different media. What we have for you tonight is a number of short videos and a number of people who are going to speak about different aspects of real-time's work over the past 40 years. And we're going to start with a short video from Arthur, who's here, who was on a placement with Real-Time recently and made a video about the organisation. Thank you, Arthur. What we have next is a short video collage from 1984, which is the year that Real-Time was founded.
In 1949, George Orwell had a vision of the future. Today, that vision is still a best-selling novel, and his prophecy remains as terrifying as ever.
Mrs. Thatcher is more respected than liked, and that respect was reinforced for many, including opponents, following the bombing of the Brighton hotel in which she and the cabinet were staying for the 1984 party conference. 5 were killed in the attack, which was claimed by the outlawed IRA organization.
Authorities now say the toxic gas that escaped from a Union Carbide plant on Monday has killed at least 1,600 people, and they say another 50,000 people may suffer serious after effects such as blindness and sterility.
Britain and China resume talks today on the future of Hong Kong. Although some major differences remain, Chinese negotiators have said a solution acceptable to both sides now seems likely.
In Ethiopia, 7 million people are threatened by starvation. Thousands have already died.
69-year-old Marvin Gaye Sr. was taken to police headquarters in downtown Los Angeles last night after being booked on suspicion of murder in the death of his son.
Indira Gandhi, ruler of the world's largest democracy, died today, shot down by 2 of her own bodyguards.
There had been popular support for the government's stand on the unions, particularly for the introduction of secret ballots, but the effects of this strike, with ugly violence on the picket line, division of the old mining communities, and no hint of compromise by the authorities, left many viewing the government as heartless.
Is this a new pound coin?
Yeah, what do you think?
Well, it's small, it's easy to lose, that's what I reckon. I don't reckon they're worth it, really.
It's alright. Yeah, I don't like them. Like 5p.
Worldwide electronic violence was at its peak. In 5 years, Atari's video game sales had gone from $200 million to $2 billion.
There's something strange in your neighborhood. Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
To return to the present and prevent the future. This weapon will be called the Terminator.
You're dead, honey.
We are one people, with one will, one resolve, one cause. Our enemies shall talk themselves to death, and we will bury them with their own confusion. We shall prevail.
So that provides some context to the world that, as it was when real time began. And now I'm going to welcome onto the stage, or in front of the stage, Dr. Jackie Shaw, who I'm sure I don't need to introduce, but who is one of the founders of real time video.
And this is the gear that we had then. So, as Larry's just said, I'm with Clive Robertson, who's at the back, one of the co-founders of Real Time. And I thought I'd just start today by telling you a little bit about the context and the origins of Real Time, just to put things into context. And 1984 was the date, and this does provide a large part of the context. It wasn't quite Orwell's dystopia, but it was the Thatcher years, and for many people that was not a good time at all. Basically, government schemes to really massage the unemployment figures. They were basically there to get people off the unemployment register. And you were given a weekly amount that was, I think, a little bit more than the dole, and had a job, a role. And Clive and I were part of a team of 5 youth arts workers at South Hill Park, where we were running all kinds of arts activities with young people. And I guess this was kind of one of the unintended consequences of the community program, in that, in a sense, along with Orwell's message in 1984 that continuing to resist is always important, whatever the circumstances, in that the unintended consequences were that a lot of social organisations, community organisations, arts organisations used the community program to set up projects that otherwise wouldn't have happened. So there was a lot of really interesting work also that went on during that time. So Clive and I really were 2 people, and we started using, of the team of 5, and so we started using video a lot. And I think this really is about the roots of Real Time, because we were really excited about using it with young people, not only because it provided an opportunity for people to get their message across, young people to get their message across, but also because some of the group benefits that we saw. You know, the gains in confidence, communication confidence, the team building, the being able to generate inclusive dynamics, give people the skills to explore their world and speak to others was a really important part of that. And I think that's still true today in the way Real Time works. And Real Time was quite unusual in that sense in that time. So we did that role for 18 months, and then we got involved with another community program that was similar, but using participatory video, community video, as we called it then, with people with disabilities. And during that time, Clive and I decided to found Real Time. And we specifically, from the beginning, wanted to focus on those people who wouldn't otherwise get the chance to learn how to use video, but not only learn how to use video, get educational opportunities or opportunities to say what they think or work with others and so on and so forth. So we always saw it as a pathway in that way. And we always, based in what we did at Southall Park, wanted to go out to where people were and work with them in the community rather than expecting them to come into somewhere that was unfamiliar. A little story, I'm not going to talk for much longer, but a little story about the name Real Time. We always reckoned that, you know, longevity was in the name. It's all in your branding, isn't it? And Real Time seemed quite a good thing. Time sort of spoke to the very essence of video, and it's very time-based media. And we wanted it to be real, about real life. About people's real experiences. But it also came from a very personal, I think this might be, I might be kind of merging into the oversharing generation. But this was, the name actually came from my house, and my mum was not very good at getting up in the morning. And we kids, she always wanted to take us to school. That was really important to us, but she couldn't get out of bed and she couldn't wake up. So you'd say, well, it's time to get up, Mum. And she'd say, no, it's not. And then she'd say, no, you need to wake up. You need to get dressed. I am dressed. I am awake. No, you're not. So we had this thing where we had clock time and real time. And so us kids put the clock on so that it was, 20 minutes, 30 minutes beyond the time it was. But everyone knew this was happening. So in our house, we always had to say, what's the time? Blah, blah, 10:30. Is that clock time or real time? So, I mean, I can't believe that the clock has ticked on, both clock time and real time, to the extent it has. And we're now 40 years on. But in that time, obviously, enormous number of projects have happened with many, many, many communities and many people here who've been involved in that work. We ran projects, we started training other people, social workers, community workers and so on in our approaches. We wrote the participatory video book, and things have lasted, which is fantastic. And I'm now going to hand over, because really the work that we do is not about ours. It's about the people we work with, the participants we work with particularly. And all of you and all of the other partners we've had to help make that happen. And none of it could happen without everyone we work with. So, I can't believe we started this stuff around.
Thank you, Jackie. What we have next is a video from Linda Fiddler, who is a participant in a real-time project, who's worked with real-time for a long, long time. And Linda couldn't be here tonight, so she's provided a video for people to see.
I took part in workshops with Real Time in the 1980s. A group of us were really keen, and Real Time helped us set up our time. A self-advocacy organisation for people with learning disabilities. Since then, we have done a load of video projects. We have run training for social workers, and I have been a disability advisor to the British Film Institute. For me, I think video helps build confidence and improves communication skills. When I started, I said I'd be in it for the long haul. However, I didn't think it would be this really long.
Okay, and so now we're going to hear from Alistair from the Open Mind Group.
Here we go. Pronto. Excellent. Here we go. Right. Hi everyone. My name is Al, and I'm a volunteer with Open Mind, a peer support group for filmmakers, especially those dealing with mental health challenges. Today I want to share a bit about what we do and why I'm passionate about it and why it's such a great thing to be part of. I joined Open Mind about 8 years ago after hearing about it from a friend at the Global Cafe. A lot of you remember it used to be down the road. And I was immediately drawn to the community, the relaxed vibe, and the chance to get hands-on with filmmaking, and the opportunity to learn something new every time I attended. Whether it was filming, editing, or storyboarding, there's always something happening, and it's a space where everyone's ideas are welcome. Personally, I had previous experience as I did surreal performance, and I'm part of a local band, Alex. So being involved with Open Mind has helped me creatively, not just with ideas, but also in having a group of people to help out with. One of the best parts about Open Mind is the diverse group of people who come together. We have people from all walks of life, some with learning difficulties, some with mental health challenges, and others like me who are just passionate about filmmaking. We all bring something different to the table, and it's amazing to see how our stories come to life through film. We've worked on everything from short mental health documentaries to surreal short films and even horror pieces. Recently we did something that covered anxiety and stress. We made a short film about breathing exercises, which outside, in my own personal work experience, has been very useful. It's been helpful outside. One of my favourite experiences about Open Mind is that filming can be done in various Reading locations outside of Reading and in other areas. One of them was the Bicester Aerodrome, where one of the volunteers wanted to make a 1940s throwback film. I learned a hell of a lot that day. What I love about this group is that it's not just about talking, it's about doing. We explore different filming techniques like experimenting with lighting, learning about close-ups, wide shots and tracking shots. But we also learn about the environment. Recently we did a project on the history of Oxford Road. And because I'm fascinated with history, especially music, I learnt about all the various things that went on down there, which I've never heard of before. We also explore new technology as well. For instance, we use AI to create backdrops for a short film, which was a fascinating experience. We also test out new equipment to see how it can work for other real-time groups, such as drones, gimbals, and virtual reality. It's a great way to learn new skills in a supportive environment where there's no pressure. It's just a lot of fun and creativity. As someone who's been involved with this group for so long, I've seen firsthand how filmmaking can be therapeutic, and it's not just about making movies, it's about expressing ourselves, creating while sharing our stories and experiences. And that's what makes Open Mind special. We're all in this together, supporting each other through ups and downs. I'm sure a lot know about a lot of the ups and downs was like during COVID. We did a little promo about distant workshops. I think the group kept going, like a lot of people during COVID, by connecting up through Zoom. We're involved in Silo Cinema. It's an online creating a film night every month. So everyone made short films, which were then presented online and eventually went to YouTube. I did a number of films about anxiety. I also did horror, a few more horror short films and comedy sketches as well. Open Mind isn't just a filmmaking group, it's a community. It's a place where you can express yourself, learn new skills and be part of a team that values your ideas. Whether you're an experienced filmmaker or just curious about the process, there's a role for you. Free membership means you can come as often as you like without any pressure. It's a great way to unwind, be creative and connect with others who share a love of storytelling. If you're looking for a way to express your creativity, learn new skills or just be part of a supportive community, I'd encourage you to come along to Open Mind. We'd love to have you join us, bring your ideas and be part of this exciting journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Al. And next, I'd like to welcome Philippa Heath from the Museum of English Rural Life to say a few words.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you. Oh, good evening, everybody. It's an absolute privilege and honour to be saying a few words tonight. So thank you so much for inviting me, Clive and Tom, to say a few kind of reflections from our time working together. So as Larry said, I'm Philippa and I'm the Learning and Engagement Manager at the Museum of English Rural Life, which is known as the Merle, and we're part of the University of Reading. And reflecting on our kind of collaboration so far, I feel like we're kind of newbies to the relationship with real time because we've only been really working together since COVID, when really there was a kind of, well, a real need in lots of ways of trying to make our collections accessible at a time that nobody could visit the museum. And film was one of the really powerful ways that we did that, thanks to our work with Real Time. I did start trying to count the number of videos we've made together so far, but I sort of lost track. But it must be upwards of about 15 videos, I think, in total. And they're quite wide-ranging, working with different museum audiences, but most frequently young people. All the films have been inspired by the museum collections and all the themes of our collections. They've ranged from Everybody Outdoors, which was an amazing suite of films made with Addington school students to promote accessing the outdoors for complex needs students. We've had a youth manifesto project, and of course the Digital Dig, which was a kind of wider collaboration project with the Royal Horticultural Society and the Youth Panel. The collaboration with Real Time, I think in lots of ways has been characterised by a lot of creativity, innovation and good humour. I'm always impressed by how Clive and Tom and the participant filmmakers are often presented with the most obscure museum objects. Michael Evis's wellies. Who can forget those nursery catalogues, Clive? But they bring them to life through film, make them relevant and accessible. It is truly magical to witness. Since working together, we've navigated key events, COVID, of course, the death of Prince Philip, to name a couple, and also navigated aptly rural challenges for us, such as a close, unexpected encounter with fox poo in the Merle Garden, and a weird tendency to always make outdoor films in the winter months, at dusk. And we somehow always seem to make more than we set out to do. Who needs one film when you can have 5, seems to be our motto together. But each beautifully crafted and a true sign of the rich creativity and responsivity which Real Time bring to their collaborations. From my perspective, the work from Real Time has been hugely beneficial to the museum and the young people involved. Sadly, a number of them couldn't be here tonight, but they asked me to pass on the benefit that they feel it's brought to them. Clive and Tom's work has included work with both young people who visit museums and those who do not. But through the medium of film, they've come to see the museum as a place worthy to talk about, to have an opinion on, and to think of ways that the museum spaces can be improved. And it's that process they have of developing new skills. They've been empowered to share their voice. And it's also given new life and new meaning to our museum and our collections. Thank you so much to everybody at Real Time for bringing so much energy and different perspectives to our museum work. And huge congratulations on this momentous anniversary. So thank you.
Okay. Come on, stop.
You've got one.
Evening, everybody. My name is David Wall. I'm a trustee for Real Time. I do apologise if I sound a bit nasy. I'm just coming off a flu, so I've actually left my sick bed to be here tonight, so I'm very brave. So as it's been mentioned tonight, Real Time Video is not just about creating content, it's about creating opportunities. They specialise in developing social, technical and creative skills through projects tailored to the needs of a diverse group, especially those who are often marginalised and without a real voice. Real-time video empower individuals and communities to tell their stories, share their experiences, and drive positive social interaction. One aspect of real-time video work is a collaboration internationally, and especially with the Erasmus Plus programme in Europe when we were part of the EU. Brexit. I'm not going to mention Brexit. Oh, I just have. Erasmus Plus in Europe, in the European Union programme, is designed to support education, training across Europe, fostering social inclusion, sustainability, digital transitions, and to promote people's participation in a democratic life. The programme offers a wide range of opportunities to individuals and organisations, spanning various educational and developmental sectors, through international experiences, promoting an adult education through lifelong learning and opportunities. Together with Erasmus+, Real-Time Video has facilitated numerous projects that fostered intercultural dialogue, enhancing digital literacy, promote social inclusion. These projects stretched real-time and we kind of developed new skills, such as developing games, creating comic books and media storytelling. These projects not only provide participation through valuable skills, but also built bridges between different cultures and communities, fostering a sense of unity, understanding between other charities and organisations, such as, I've translated these into English because my, yes. So we got Stories of Possibilities World Association from Italy, Romania, Pro Expert, France, M3, Poland, STOP, that's an acronym, that's too much to go to. Sweden, where we had Mobilising Expertise, AB, and Italy, CIMA. And through these partnerships, we learned so much about working with different organisations and how they develop projects. Sometimes it was very hard and long and arduous, but at the end, we did produce projects and we introduced many people to like the using digital skills. One notable project that Real-Time Video undertook with the Erasmus Plus is the YoMem project, which stands for Young Messengers of European Memory. This project brought together young people from various European countries to create a series of short films addressing social issues in their communities. Participants from different cultural backgrounds collaborated to produce films on topics such as mental health, climate change, social inclusion. The project aimed to enhance digital literacy, fostering intercultural dialogue, and to empower young people to use media tools for advocacy and change. Through this initiative, participants not only developed technical skills in video production, but also gained confidence and a sense of agency, which is also, this was always been the core of Real Time. They learned to articulate their perspectives and advocate for issues they were passionate about, creating ripple effects of awareness and actions within their communities. The impact of real-time video with Erasmus Plus is profound. Participants have reported increased confidence, improved communication skills, and a greater sense of belonging. These projects have opened new pathways for education and employment, proving that media and technology can be powerful tools for social change. The experience of working with real-time and with the international partners, as me as a trustee, also had an impact on me because my role in New Directions is to support adults into employment and to build their confidence. And a lot of my learners are refugees and asylum seekers. About having that experience and understanding how things are happening in these different countries helped me to understand where they come from and how they got to our country and the kind of issues to understand UK employment. So in conclusion, real-time video exemplifies the transformative power of media and still continues today with their new European office in Bulgaria. So we're still part of Erasmus Plus, which is amazing. The collaboration with Erasmus Plus will still amplify their impact, reaching across borders to build more inclusive and connected Europe. So let us celebrate and support their continued efforts to empower individuals and communities. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you to David. And next we're going to hear from Elaine Chalmers-Brown, who works with Pilgrim Arts in Bracknell.
Thanks very much. Well, happy birthday, real time. I won't sing because it will clear the room. Pilgrim Hearts works with the homeless in Bracknell, but we actually also started by working with the homeless in Reading, Slough and Uxbridge. And actually, we were funded initially by the European Social Fund, which was a great start. And I was introduced to Clive, and we immediately got on. And I think as we give a voice to the homeless and give them tools, they got really much more confidence. And we've all said that, but it's also skills that they can use going further on. I've had some interesting times with Clive in filming situations, which included, we wanted to film in a prison cell and take our guys from a drug rehab there. So I thought, oh, who do I know? So I phoned somebody up who was a serving officer at the time. And I said, you don't know where I can film? And he said, well, actually, there is a film you can film in our police station because it doesn't meet health and safety rules. Which I thought was interesting, considering the conversations we've had recently. So we actually went there and we interviewed not only the prisoners and their life experiences, but also we interviewed the policemen and the guys interviewed them. They also interviewed their parents at home, and that was a really interesting experience for them. One of them didn't realise that his mother took her handbag every time she went to the toilet because she thought it would get stolen, the money would get stolen. So we deal with many different types of people, and homelessness is not a choice. Can I just say that? And so we are able to use their voices. And recently we did a big report, which actually Clive helped us with, in order to get, which we had some money from the Ministry of Levelling Up. So, you know, we're not fussy, we'll take money from anybody. But Clive and Jackie, you know, what they have done, and Tom, using video has been amazing. And I had never made a film before, you know. I've taken pictures, but I've never made a film before. But it didn't matter, because he was coming alongside, he was helping, and their professionalism is amazing. We now have quite a lot of videos, and even at one of our drop-ins, we have a doctor, GP. You may not have seen one of those recently, but we've got a film of one. And actually, Dr. Price, or Tash as we call her, used to come to our night shelters and comes each week to our drop-in. And she said, working as a community, and we work with all different agencies in the town, because you can't work individually. You have to work collectively, and then you can get things done. So I just thank Clive and Jackie for all they've done. And Clive is the trustee of Pilgrim Hearts for his sins. And I agree to it. But we really do thank Real Time for actually what they have given to our guys. Because who would normally give guys really expensive equipment and say, you go off and do a film? They wouldn't. But that trust is something that they really appreciate. So, happy birthday to Real Time, and may you continue for another 40 years. Don't think you could cope with that, could you?
You'll be relieved to know I'm last. Okay, I'm Clive Robertson. I'm the creative director of Real Time. Real Time is both a local and a global organisation. You've heard of some of the projects that we've done in Reading. We've run hundreds of projects locally over the years and probably thousands of sessions. But we've also worked in over 20 countries internationally, which is not bad for an organisation that never in 40 years has ever had more than 2 full-time staff. We've always been committed to international development, working often in some of the most challenging environments, but always with inspiring people, doing impossible things in the most demanding circumstances. During the Participate project, we worked in 7 countries, helping bring ground-level insights to the UN as part of the process of forming the Sustainable Development Goals. My thoughts are now with people we've worked with in places like Lebanon, Iraq, the West Bank, and many other places, facing difficulties unimaginable to us. And yet their enthusiasm, skills, and commitment always impress. As we look forward, as we've mentioned, we've sidetracked Brexit. I think I was just really pissed off about Brexit, and I just didn't want to let, you know. So we set up a partner organisation in Bulgaria, Real Time Europe. We've already done 1 project. We've just been written into another project today. And we hope to continue working with our fantastic European partners that David talked about. Next week, we start on a major environmental research project in Tanzania and Ethiopia. In an increasingly individualised and isolated world, I think Real Time succeeds because of its collaborative approach. This comes from the commitment of all those that work for, with, and alongside Real Time. So it's thanks to Real Time staff, freelancers, interns, volunteers, trustees, our partners, and their staff and their colleagues and families and funders, and most importantly, the participants themselves. All of you that make Real Time what it is. Yes, there's the map. That's where I'm going next Saturday. Yeah. Okay. We often struggle to explain what we do, but we know it has impact. We're researchers, trainers, workshop leaders, writers, project managers, producers, community workers, activists, and thinkers. But how are we still here, outlasting most other organisations working in this field? Real Time is flexible and resilient. We have remained committed to our values, targeting our work, each project designed in context specifically to meet the needs of its participants. We've had some MSc placement students from Henley Business School, and they were kind of quite useful in helping us work out what it was that we did. And apparently, we're a startup, okay? A perpetual startup. We're the Peter Pan of community video organisations. So, from the oldest startup in town, here's to Real Time. Always innovating. Happy birthday, Real Time.